Hey guys, Mrs. Phillips here. I am going to show you how to make oven fresh seasoned potato wedges today. Got my recipe here. Super simple. You can do this at home. It's a great side dish for a dinner. It could be even a nice little snack for you at night if you're hungry and you want to make something. Couple things before I get started. One, have my hair back because it's long. I have washed my hands and I have an apron on. Again, if you don't have an apron at home, it's fine. But here in cooking class, we have plenty of aprons that you can wear. We will be using a cutting board, and a good rule of thumb for a cutting board is to take a damp towel, or washcloth in this case, and put it underneath of your cutting board. And what that does is it anchors it. And what I mean by anchor is it won't let it slip and slide while you're cutting. Another thing that you could use too is those, they're like a rubber mat that you can get, or some people put it inside their cabinets. You could use that. So, all right, today we will be using, obviously, potatoes. And we will be using this knife, and this is called a chef's knife. This is a very universal knife, especially for chefs. They use this all the time. Another knife that we have here in our kitchens is a paring knife, and it's basically looks like a miniature one of these, okay? But for this purpose, we will be using the chef's knife. I have some potatoes already cut here, and I'm going to show you how to cut the potato. I'm going to cut the potato in half lengthwise first, and then I will cut in the little sections. I like to hold my knife like this. I put my hand around the handle and my pointer finger on top. I just feel comfortable and stable. Some people like to hold it like this, or some people will put their thumb on one side of the blade and their pointer finger on the other, and then wrap the other fingers. Whatever feels comfortable to you. All right, so we always put the point down. If you will notice, I have my fingers in a C. That way, when I am cutting, I don't cut off my fingertips. So I will hold it like that. If that doesn't feel comfortable to you, you can always go like this and make a bigger C with your whole hand. Sometimes when you're cutting something in half first, that will give you a little bit more stability. So blade goes down in the front with the point, and then down and drag out. Okay, that gives me my 2 pieces of potato here. Again, I'm going to hold with my pointer finger because that's comfortable to me. And at this point, I can again hold my hand in the C, or I can hold like this. I like to hold like this because as I move back, I kind of use that as a measurement, and I can kind of try to evenly cut my wedges. But again, it's whatever is comfortable to you. So you're going to rock, point down, rock back, point down, rock back. Now, in this lab, you would be using other people in your lab to be getting the seasoning ready. Someone's doing the potatoes, or maybe a couple people are. So right now, I'm doing everything, but in class, you will be using multiple people to get the job done. So this lab is actually super quick and gets done pretty quickly. Now the potatoes take a little bit longer to cook. The thinner the slices, the faster they cook. Ooh, losing a potato there. Okay. All right. Now I have all my potato slices, and I am ready to get the seasoning. What's nice about this is that you put everything in the bag. So you put all your seasonings in here and your potatoes, and then you shake. It's like shake and bake if you've ever made shake and bake. All right, first thing I need is a 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. I did not get an extra bowl here. I'm going to actually grab that so I can show you the proper way to measure it, a bowl and a leveler. So we don't want to measure right over top of the bag. Not that it would be a huge ordeal with this. Little extra Parmesan isn't really going to hurt anybody. But we want to show you the proper way. All right, so just like when we measure with flour, I'm going to tap it out and swoop it. Okay, now that extra Parmesan cheese I can put back in the container. I'm going to dump the Parmesan into the bag. Okay, put it back on. Next ingredient is 1 tablespoon of olive oil. I'm going to measure that right over top of this 1/4 cup. So I have a tablespoon here, and my olive oil. Hopefully I have a tablespoon in here. All right. And I'm going to bring my bag over so I don't spill it. Okay, pour that in. Next ingredient is a teaspoon of garlic powder. Garlic powder. Get my teaspoon here. If you want to make things a little easier, you can take your bag and go like this with it and spread it out. It actually will stand up and stay open for you. Okay, you can dig right into the container. Again, we want to level. Kind of levels itself a little bit, but just to get it accurate. Again, if you were doing this at home, you can adjust the spices. You can even change the spices if maybe you don't like garlic powder. All right. Next, that was garlic powder, onion powder, right here. Same thing, 1 teaspoon. Okay. I kind of like give it a little shake and it helps with the leveling, but you still want to make sure you level off. Okay, dump that in. And the next thing is a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. This black pepper happens to have a leveler built right in, basically. So a big spoon, just like the baking powder can. Okay, put the pepper in, and last but not least is the salt. Same thing, 1/4 teaspoon. Just going to wipe that off. Put pepper in here. Dig in, level off, pour it in the bag. Okay, now to place the Parmesan cheese, olive oil, onion, garlic powder, pepper, salt, and potatoes into a resealable bag. Seal the bag, then shake to coat the potatoes with the seasoning. Okay, so I'm going to do that. There's a little bit of oil left there. Throw all these in. Some of them are sticking together from being sliced, so you want to try to break them apart so that they get coated. It's sealed, double check it, hear it clicking. Okay, and then we can shake. You can even smush. Just be careful not to pop your bag. Okay. You can see some of the ingredients stuck at the bottom there. Just turn your bag upside down so you have some stuck in the corner there. Get that down there. All right, now they are ready. I need a pan with some foil, and we have found that even though the potatoes have oil on them, you still need to spray the pan so they don't stick. You open your bag, dump them out. This will go in the trash. Spread them out as much as you can. Try to unlayer them the best that you can. Depending on how many potatoes you have in there, it might be a little crowded on your pan. if it's a smaller pan. Okay. And then at this point, you will bake in a preheated oven until potatoes are easily pierced with a fork, so the fork can just go right into the potato, about 25 minutes. You may need a little bit longer or maybe not quite as much, but there you go. Enjoy.